The fallacy of the red pill in this concept of passport bros is that women from other countries are better and that a foreign woman might wear the facade of being kind because she wants something from you. As women, we are all wolves in sheep's clothing.
As the women in America, we'd be like, no, we don't. We see the psycho, we don't want it, and they were like, well, we're gonna go be psycho somewhere else.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe, also smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. All right, guys. Now, you already know we have another one. Now, this is a woman, another one that's trying to discredit passport bros and big herself up. Now, the reason why I say big herself up, it's not like a regular modern woman who wants to be seen by everyone and everybody. This is a woman who comes across like she's trying to sell a course or push some book or be known as someone that has valuable information, right? I say this because she's discrediting someone else, but this person that she's discrediting, not even a passport bro. That's how that's what most women are doing. They're assuming guys that are traveling for pay for play and to play around as passport bros when that's not a passport bro.
Let's move into what do I want men to know about passport bros? The fallacy of the red pill in this concept of passport bros is that women from other countries are better.
That's a who's that.
What I want you to know, if you are considering being a passport bro, nothing wrong with it. Understandable, completely reasonable. What I want you to know is what I said a few minutes ago. A woman is a woman is a woman.
A woman is a woman is a woman. Just from hearing her say it and that smirk before she said it, a woman is, stop it. Stop it. Guys aren't hearing it. You know what she has to understand? Now, there may be some guys she'll be able to convince, very few. But what she has to understand is, look what's happening back home. I get it. You're trying to tell men, be careful. They should be careful. You're right. But still, it is better. The odds. Guys are going for the odds. Guys understand there's odds to where at home you may find 1 out of 10. When you leave, you may find 6 out of 10 or 5 out of 10. You think guys aren't going to go for the 5 out of 10 with a combined fit, feminine, and friendly? Are we blind? Don't forget that. Don't forget there's more. Why guys, there's more reasons why guys are leaving. She thinks it's just to get attention from women when it's not. See, learn why guys are leaving.
And that the nature of women being emasculating, treating men poorly, being manipulative and selfish and self-interested isn't a Western woman ideology. As women, this is how we are wired until we learn to drop our walls, until we learn to be happy in ourselves. If you're going to another country, you're jumping from the frying pan into the fire, because here's the problem that you have to consider. All women wear a facade of who we think we need to be to get a man and get what we think that a man can provide us.
Yeah, but no one does it as much as the modern woman in America. But you know the thing though, how y'all messed it up? How y'all messed it up is y'all stopped acting. So if a guy goes overseas and a woman acts, you think a woman's gonna act for 10 years? I've been with my wife for 9 years and counting. Do you think she's acting? She's a damn good actor. All right, let me give you an example. I've been around my wife's sisters who are also married, who also have kids, who cook, clean, do everything for the man. Man, they're doing some good acting. I see other women doing it, of people I know personally. They're doing some damn good acting.
Emotional damage.
You know what? I say this, man. Women in the Philippines, I've seen women in Thailand do it. I've seen women in other countries do it. I give them a round of applause. They should win Oscars.
And we've been this way forever. We can look at things, and I've actually seen this in some of the comments. We can look at things like from Proverbs 21:9, that it is better to dwell in the corner of a housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. That's from the Bible. As women, we have always been this way.
Your intellect is as weak as your dollar.
And we can find different quotes and different.
See, so she thinks she's going to implement the Bible into defending modern. She's trying to defend modern women. That what women are doing in America is okay. How are you can't defend that. Look, listen, let me tell you something. Women were the first, since you want to talk about women, a woman first introduced sin into the world was a woman. Think about that. I still love women. Nobody hates women for that reason, but a woman's the first one that brought sin into the world. Was convinced the man. Just because, so ever since sin came into the world, that's when things were topsy-turvy since then. Since the day, as soon as sin came into the world, from that day, things were a mess. So you saw how men are using the Bible and you're laughing about it. Like you don't want guys to believe in the Bible. It's a little weird.
Different quotes and different sayings, even BC, about how we have been as women. And what we want to know is that the grass is not greener on the other side.
You don't want to be with me, but you don't want me to be with anybody else either. Let it go. If men want this movement, they are not hurting anybody. They're not killing anybody. They're not doing anything personally to you. Why does it bother you so much?
And that a foreign woman might wear the facade of being kind and loving and authentic and more traditional because she wants something from you.
The foreign women have less value than American women. There's some kind of weird entitlement here that's like, hey, it's okay to spend all your money on women in America, but do not go spend any of your money whatsoever for everybody else that lives overseas.
She doesn't want you. She wants what she believes you can give her.
Be happy for other people. If you want to find love in another state, in another country, even if you're across the planet, that's your choice. If people want to be a traditional housewife, that's their choice.
That the men in her country can't give her, or that she cannot give herself. And as soon as you are married or in a committed relationship and the newness wears off, then those emasculating behaviors from a woman are going to come out. It doesn't matter where she lives from. It doesn't.
No, a woman is not. See what you have confused is there are masculine women everywhere. In the Philippines, Thailand, everywhere. If you have some know-how, you know how to pick through that. You can see it. Once you spot something right away off, you drop it. Guys are smart enough to understand, okay, how to read situations there somewhere. So, oh, this woman's acting different. She's acting like my last girlfriend acted in the West. Because guys aren't leaving because they can't get women. I think that's what she has mistaken. She has it mistaken that guys are leaving because we can't get women. No, that's not the case.
Matter if she's been influenced by feminism or not, or influenced by the societal and cultural tendencies of Western countries. It's how we're wired as women. Fortunately, there's a different way. And that's why I am here, is to help teach women how to access their true nature of kindness and being soft and loving and kind-hearted.
There it goes. She's trying to do like a mom school or, a good wife school.
But we have to be taught, because our natural instincts as women is to put our walls up, to be emasculating. And that doesn't matter what country we are from. It
Not everyone
does not discriminate. And what happens is you see influencers like Austin Abeda, who is the biggest influencer of Passport Bros, and he's having a great time. And he's going around and he's dating these beautiful women and having sex with.
So let me tell you who she just named. And I don't know this guy. I'll look him up. Actually, I'll look him up right now. Let me see who she's talking about. I already know. I have a feeling that it's a guy. Yeah, she's talking about the digital bro man. Let me give you an example. To me, and this is reality, right? Passport bros aren't just leaving for a woman. He's showing that, though. He's showing the good food, all of those things. So guys leaving for that as well. But me, to be honest with you, how I feel, the true passport bros are brothers that are getting out of the culture and having wives. Not playing around, not jumping from woman to woman to woman, from country to country, playing around, exploring and getting different vajayjay. You know what I'm talking about. They're not doing that, right? They have a purpose, though. They have a purpose to find their home. Passport bros are finding homes. they're finding a place that's for them a lot of times. And they're finding a woman that's for them. And then they're working on building empires. I respect the brother. He's known. He's made it popular. That's not what Pastor Bro's all about. Pastor Bro's not about that guy.
Women, and that's the draw. And there's nothing wrong with that. But don't be fooled that you're going to be in a relationship with a foreign woman or marry a foreign woman and that her woman ways aren't going to come out. As women, we are all wolves in sheep's clothing.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
We disguise our ruthless nature through an outward show of innocence, kindness, playfulness, and fun. And then once we get what we want, the facade drops and our true women ways.
Now, what she's saying, I'm going to be honest. Is it true to some point? Yes, it is. So I feel any country you're in, when you leave, you need to read the situation. Like guys like to say, game doesn't work. You don't necessarily need game when you leave. You don't need game. But if you understood the games women play back home, and then you translate that to leaving, you'll know which woman to avoid. You'll pick it up. But you do need some know-how when you travel. So I say, listen to that and take that into consideration. Let me go on to the next one.
One thing I hear about these passport bros is crazy because I stranded in the yard. But what I think people are missing the point is that
Here we go again.
America breeds serious, and like that's the bulk of the men who are like they don't have it all and they just dip.
So she's trying to compare passport bros to serial. What's going on with these women?
I don't know. I'm just thinking because it's the bulk of them, and then we're, you know, we as the women in America, we be like, no, we don't. We see the psycho, we don't want it, and they were like, well, we're gonna go be psycho somewhere else. And a couple of these women in other countries, this is the second country I've heard about, China, and I forgot the other country.
You did research.
She's talking about a situation where one guy who wasn't a passport bro unalived the Chinese girl because she broke his heart.
But they unalived the women. So that's what they going over there to do or something? I don't know.
TikTok. TikTok indeed.
But I just thought it was so coincidental that you know, these men come from this place. And I'm not going to talk about their mothers and fathers. I'm just going to talk about society. You know, the society that breeds these men is not really good.
Stop it. Get some help.
So, I don't know. Y'all got to get to watching these people. If you're overseas, watch out.
This girl's loony. Listen, if you don't know what you're talking about, don't talk. If you have no clue about passport bros and what it's about, don't speak on it. Here she is again.
Now, I was called weird and delusional. I was told that I was making things up when it comes to those people.
So she went and got a list of undocumented serial killers. And so she's showing, like in the United States, shows 3,204, and then it's showing England is the next country. And as far as I know, we could break that down 5 ways, right? So you're trying to say all the black men that are leaving and white men are serial. Listen, if that was the case, why don't we hear of you mentioned a situation where it was one woman that was unalive. We'd be hearing of tons of women dropping like flies. You would hear like, oh man, all these bodies are missing in Colombia. But instead of that, you're hearing 10 of guys dropping like flies. Stop it.
Look, compared to everybody else.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Look at this number. Do you look at the number? And I'm delusional.
Oh, absolutely.
And weird.
Yeah, she that's a reach. She's reaching.
Ladies in foreign countries, ma'am, when you see them passport bros, leading through the crowd with their beer belly and bald heads and colorful, ugly shirts. This is
You know, it's funny. I remember when Shara Seven, Sprinkle. I don't know why she even talked about the Paso Bros. She's the woman. She's actually the opposite of what we do, right? So she's showing the man with an empty house. Now that symbolizes a couple of things. It's different to men than it is to women. I'll break it down after this video.
how they live in America. This is it. This is what they come home to after you feed them arroz con pollo. This is what they coming home to, okay? I sprinkle. Okay, this is what they coming home to, baby. Remember that.
This right here is supposed to put down Paso Bros. To a woman, especially an American woman, this is a bum. See that house empty? Just a carpet, couch. This is a bum. To a man like me, this is a mad scientist. Let me explain. Before I moved to the Philippines, this is how I lived. I had no need. I relocated from New York City to upstate New York. Rent goes from thousands to my rent going to about 500. Yes, that close, about 3 hour drive. Was thousands to 500. I used my noodle. Moved up there. Stacked my money. Why did I stack my money? My plan, I already was talking to my lady. I knew I was moving out here, right? I knew I was moving out here also because I wanted to be over here. Because if something wouldn't have worked out with her, ding, 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 I can stay. So I went from this to now creating a plan. I had an online company with my lady, right? We started an online business where she would come from work. I talked about it before in the video. She would come home from work and then work again. She would work like 16-hour days. It was wild, but she did it. I loved it for it. But it helped me come to the Philippines. And we planned it, and I was living like this. Of course, I had tables in other rooms and stuff like that. When I came out to the Philippines, I mean, from now, I have 2 apartments. I have one apartment that I live in, another apartment that I use as a recording studio. And I'm winning. And I travel from country to country, like those things that women in the US like to do. Oh, I'm gonna go on trips to Jamaica. Yeah, I travel around from country to country now. Since I've been over here, I've been to so many different countries, and I'm living life. I'm eating better. I was eating GMO food out there, and I'm not. I'm from zero to hero. Why is that? Because I live like this. Think about it. Now, it's different to men than to women because women like the aesthetics, the look. Men, all about the plan.
That's what we do, right?
Stick to the plan. If you want to be a passport bro, be one. Don't let this woman take you off your square.
This is the way.
Passport bros. Cash for no.
So come